Hello guys, today I'll be ranking the both from the Valentine albums. So I've been a fan since I believe 2011 or 2012, somewhere in that range. They were one of the first metalcore bands that I ever got into. I discovered them through Guitar Hero World Tour with, of course, the song Scream and Fire. And after hearing that song, I checked out the album, and then their other albums, and then the rest is history. But yeah, I'll be going from worst to best, and keep in mind this is just my personal ranking. You don't have to agree with it, but feel free to let me know your ranking in the comment section below. But anyways, let's go ahead and get started. At the bottom I have Temper Temper. Some of the songs to me just feel a bit uninspired, feel like a rehash of ideas that have been used many times previous to the album. But even though that's the case, I think the album does have some highlights though. I do like Breaking Point. Truth Hurts is kind of an underrated song. You have POW. Then you have Riot, which lyrically, yeah, it's maybe a bit underwhelming, but I think the song is kind of catchy though. But we can't move on from the album without talking about Tears Don't Fall Part 2. So, for those who remember, at the beginning or towards the beginning of the first Tears Don't Fall, Matt says, "Let's go," but with part 2, he says, "Let's go again." I still remember the first time hearing that and just instantly rolling my eyes. But I'll admit, during that first listen of the song, Tears Don't Fall Part 2, I thought it was okay. But looking back at it now, I'll definitely say time has not done this part 2 many favors. But I still think it's a decent song just for what it is, I guess. But Temper Temper, not their best. Definitely their weakest in my opinion. But again, it does have its highlights though. But now we're going to go ahead and move on to Gravity. So with this album, they kind of explored a little bit with new sounds, different sounds, having some electronics here and there, and sometimes with the exploration aspect of the album, sometimes it worked, sometimes it didn't work. But the heaviest song on the album is probably Don't Need You, and honestly, the album really needed more moments like that song. But the song, I'll be honest, doesn't bring much new to the table, but I still do like it though. But you have the title track, which is one of my favorites. Even though it's kind of poppy, I still think it's kind of catchy too. Then you have Leap of Faith, another favorite of mine, Over It, Piece of Me. But you also have the song The Very Last Time, which I remember dividing a lot of fans when they first heard it, because it was very melodic, kind of electronic, and just very different for both from a Valentine. But with me, I remember kind of liking it, while a part of me was kind of dying inside, just knowing that the song exists because it's just so different. And I don't know. Looking back at the song now, I thought it was okay. Not a bad attempt at exploring with new sounds, I guess. But I think it's a decent song overall. And I do applaud them for trying to do something different, even if not all the time it worked. But yeah, Gravity, I think it's a decent album. Even if time hasn't done it many favors, I still, again, think it's a decent album in general. But now we're going to go ahead and move on to the next album, Venom. This album was a return to form for them, and you have the bonus tracks, and of the bonus tracks, I think Playing God and Raising Hell are my favorites. I might be leaning more towards liking Playing God more, but I don't know. I just really like Matt's vocals in that song. Kind of an underrated song from them. But some of my favorites on the album are Pariah, Skin, The Heart of the Heart, The Harder It Breaks, No Way Out, and maybe Worthless. But yeah, I think it's a strong album. Sure, there's not all the songs maybe hold up as strong as other songs in other albums, but I still think it's a solid album and not a bad addition to the discography. But now we're going to go ahead and move on to Scream and Fire. And this is the album that got me into them. It was the first album that I heard from them. And those first 4 songs you just can't touch. I think they're maybe perfect, But yeah, those first four songs are excellent. And then you have Say Goodnight and Forever Always, which are also really good. But then you have some other songs that are kind of underrated in my opinion, like End of Days and Disappear. I think those are pretty good songs, especially if you're into the heavier side of Bolt from a Valentine. But yeah, Scream Fire, not a bad sophomore album. I think it's pretty good. But now we have these last two albums, and these last two albums, to be honest, kind of go back and forth, but for the sake of the video, I've gone with this order. So next, I have Fever. I do have it signed by all band members. Saw this copy at a local record store, saw it for a decent price, figured why not. But yeah, Fever definitely has to be one of their best albums, or considered one of their best albums, because I think lyrically it has some of their best songwriting and maybe some of the best riffs too, because Your Betrayal is musically pretty good and I still really like that build up too. But there are also some other highlights on the album too, like Dignity, which I think is kind of underrated, Bittersweet Memories, The Last Fight. There's a lot of great songs on this album, and yeah, this album, it has to be one of their best for me. But now at the top, The Poison. And many fans would put this album at the top, and for a good reason too. I mean, there are still many songs on the album for me that still hold up for me today, such as Here Voice Resides, Tears Don't Fall, Hit the Floor, All These Things I Hate, and many others. But even the lesser known songs on the album are really good, like Cries in Vain and Spit You Out, and 10 Years Today. Really strong songs. But yeah, The Poison, in my opinion, a classic in the metalcore genre. But anyways, that's my ranking for Bolt from a Valentine. Let me know your thoughts on my ranking. Let me know your thoughts on the video. Let me know your ranking in the comment section below. Let me know some of your favorite or least favorite songs or albums from these guys and all that good stuff. But anyways, thanks for watching. Please leave a comment and a like, subscribe. Have a nice day, and take care.